In the war in Ukraine, a new and terrifying sound defines the front line. It's not the crack of a sniper rifle or the whistle of an artillery shell. It's the deep, earth-shattering thunder of a one-ton bomb obliterating a position. But these aren't precision missiles, costing millions of dollars apiece. This is the story of a simple, brutal, and devastatingly effective innovation. Russia's mass conversion of old dumb bombs into cheap, long-range smart glide bombs. It's a story of how a low-tech solution has become one of Moscow's most powerful tactical weapons, creating a crisis for Ukrainian defenders and reshaping the very nature of this conflict. Why Russia's Air Force was grounded. To understand the glide bomb, we must first understand the problem it solved. In the early stages of the Russian special military operation in Ukraine, Russia's modern Air Force expected to achieve air dominance quickly. But it ran into a wall of sophisticated Ukrainian air defenses provided by the US and NATO. Systems like the S-300, Buk, a self-propelled medium-range surface-to-air missile system, and even shoulder-fired man-pads created a deadly bubble over the front lines. For a Russian pilot to drop a traditional unguided bomb referred as a dumb bomb, they had to fly directly over the target, putting them well within range of these defenses. The losses were staggering. Dozens of Russian jets and helicopters were shot down. This forced the Russian Air Force to largely stand back. They became a peripheral player, launching long-range missiles from the safety of their own airspace, while the ground war bogged down into a brutal artillery duel. Russia had a massive stockpile of Soviet-era bombs, but no safe way to use them. They needed a way to strike deep behind Ukrainian lines without putting their expensive aircraft and pilots at risk. The solution? The UMPK kit? Wings and a brain? The solution was as elegant as it was simple. Instead of developing a new, expensive bomb, Russian engineers created an add-on kit, the UMPK, which stands for Universal Aniyy Modul Planiruyushchego I Korektiruyemego Vooruzhenia, or Universal Module for Gliding and Correction Munitions. What is it? In essence, it's a cheap conversion kit that bolts onto the body of a standard Soviet-era high-explosive bomb, like the FAB-500 or FAB-1500, the numbers denoting their weight in kilograms. The UMPK kit provides two critical things. First, aerodynamics. It adds fold-out wings and tail control surfaces, transforming the bomb from a falling rock into a glider. Second, the UMPK guidance system incorporates a basic satellite guidance module, like a simple GPS or GLONASS receiver, and an inertial navigation system. GLONASS is a Russian satellite-based navigation system similar to GPS. Here's how it works. A Russian fighter-bomber like the Su-34 climbs to a high altitude, often 10 to 15,000 meters, well behind its own lines. It releases the bomb. The UMPK kit's wings snap open, and the bomb begins a controlled glide. Instead of following a short parabolic arc, it can now travel 40, 60, even 100 kilometers or more in the newer UMPKPD versions, all while the aircraft turns safely for home. The guidance system isn't as precise as a Western JDAM, but it's accurate enough to hit a large area like a fortified position, a building, or a trench line. For the cost of a simple kit, Russia turned millions of dollars worth of obsolete dumb bombs into a vast arsenal of standoff weapons. The impact? Devastation on an industrial scale. The impact of this campaign has been catastrophic for Ukrainian forces in many ways. The sheer scale of destruction was unimaginable. By early 2024, Russia was dropping up to 250 of these bombs per day. By March 2024, they had already used an estimated 3,500. This is a scale of aerial bombardment not seen in decades. The destructive power. A FAB-1500 carries over 1,200 pounds of high explosives. The blast wave and fragmentation can destroy reinforced concrete structures and obliterate entire sections of intricate trench networks. The psychological effect is immense. There is no warning siren, just the sudden, massive explosion. This is shaping the battlefield. Glide bombs have become Russia's primary battering ram. They are used to systematically destroy Ukrainian strongpoints, paving the way for ground assaults. The fall of the city of Avdiivka in early 2024 is widely attributed to being pounded into rubble by a relentless barrage of these weapons. This campaign has given Russia a decisive advantage in the artillery war. While Ukraine struggles with shell shortages, Russia can deliver the equivalent of a dozen artillery shells in a single, precise, and unstoppable package. Why is it so hard to stop these glide bombs? This leads to the critical question: why can't Ukraine stop them? The answer lies in the weapon's clever design, which creates a series of no-win dilemmas for defenders. The range dilemma. The aircraft releasing the bombs are too far back to be effectively targeted by most of Ukraine's frontline air defenses. To reach them, Ukraine would have to risk its own precious Patriot air defense systems by moving them dangerously close to the front, making them vulnerable to Russian attack. The interception dilemma. The bombs themselves are small, fast, and difficult to track. Using a multi-million-dollar Patriot missile to shoot down a cheap glide bomb, which may cost approximately $20,000 to $30,000, is a losing economic exchange for Ukraine. The jamming dilemma. Ukraine has had some success with electronic warfare, jamming the bomb's GPS signal. This can cause the bombs to miss their target, sometimes by hundreds of meters. However, it does not completely neutralize the threat. The bomb's simple inertial navigation system can keep it on a rough course, and a near miss from a one-ton bomb is still devastating. Furthermore, Russia is constantly updating its systems to counter jamming. This combination of factors has made the glide bomb one of the most persistent and difficult to counter threats Ukrainian forces have faced. The Russian glide bomb campaign is a masterclass in military adaptation. It's not about technological wonder weapons. It's about finding a cheap, scalable, and effective solution to a tactical problem. It demonstrates that in modern warfare, a simple innovation, applied on a massive scale, can be more decisive than a handful of exquisite, expensive systems. By leveraging its vast Soviet-era stockpiles and low-cost manufacturing, Russia has created a relentless industrial-scale bombardment that is grinding down Ukrainian defenses. For Ukraine, finding an effective counter to the glide bomb is not just a tactical objective, it is a strategic imperative for its survival. The thunder of these bombs is the sound of the battlefield being reshaped, one massive explosion at a time. What do you think? Can Ukraine develop a cost-effective way to counter this threat? Or will the sheer weight of Russian bombardment prove decisive? If you want to see more cutting-edge analysis on global defense and technology, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Let us know in the comments which emerging technology we should explore next. Thanks for watching.